world. All right. Is everyone ready? All right. Well, we apologize for the delay. In a high-level fashion, we decided to drop a last-minute feature, and the production team's probably not happy with us, giving them a new slide deck last minute. So first off, thank you to the team. I don't know where the slide, there he goes. All right. Thank you to the team. Thank you to everyone here. This has been a lot of work for us. We've been planning for a long time and trying to put this together. But I think it turned out great. What do you guys think? Good. Yeah, you know, last year was our first LevelUp Day, and we had a lot of great success with it, a lot of great feedback. And I went back to the team saying, all right, we did great, but we got to level up, so we got to do it over again. So I hope we're hitting the mark. Let us know if you have any feedback. More than excited to have you guys here. But before we start, I know that we are really passionate about the bridge. I do want you guys to please take the time and learn about them. I think they're a great initiative here in Dallas. They support the homeless population and provide a lot of services to them. We do have a quick video that I'd love to show again for you guys.
CEO of the Bridge Homeless Recovery Center. For many people, a homeless individual is, for whatever reason, is scary. And you would be shocked at some of the stories that folks would share to you about their journey to homelessness and what their journey away from homelessness, what that's about. That they're humans. The Bridge Homeless Recovery Center serves the homeless population in Dallas, the city of Dallas, and Dallas County. We are primarily focused on those individuals who otherwise just don't have shelter, first of all. But more importantly, we're about trying to help them recover from homelessness and identify a home of their own in our community. Being about engaging individuals, treating them with dignity and respect, and perhaps most importantly, helping them think about what's the exit strategy from homelessness that they can commit to. We can't do it by ourselves. So I'm asking you, get connected to us. We need your help.
Cool, let's give them a round of applause one more time. Cool, and I know it was mentioned earlier, but we do have these bins around the whole venue. If you have extra swag, I know that we give a lot of swag away. If it's not your thing, we completely understand. Drop those in the swag boxes. We're not actually gonna give them to the homeless. I don't think they wanna wear high-level gear, but we're actually gonna take the monetary value of those and donate that as well on top of everything else that we're doing here. All right, I have to flash this on the screen. We were told by legal we need to show this. Did you guys read it? Good. All right. All right, well, we're officially here. This is our 2023 LevelUp Day. All right, so in 2018, sorry, I'm trying to figure out the screens. All right, and by the way, we honestly finished this presentation about an hour before we started, so we haven't even read it, so we're gonna learn together. All right, so in 2018, this is when Sean Ver and I met. It was an interesting journey. Shout out to Rob Bailey if he was here. Oh, there he is back up there. This is when we launched. You know, we were trying to figure out the product. We asked a couple people if they would like it. And luckily for us, not only do we have 20 people that liked it, but one of them happened to be Rob Bailey. And there's a picture of us actually presenting at that event. In 2019, we finally said, let's get it out to the world. And this was our version of marketing. So we just put a green post on Facebook. And, and we actually had 150 other people around the world share this post. And it went, in my world, viral. And at that event, we did our first LevelUp Day. And you can see we had an old logo. We didn't know how to do branding, but we just did something together. But somehow we pulled it off. And this is when we branded ourselves as the agency engine. And that's when we launched our funnel builder. At that point, we had 26 team members, 7 countries, and you know, just starting to grow the company and figuring it out. Then in 2020, we said, hey, let's up it. We'll do it again. We need to come up with some big drops. This is also when we realized that we had over 100 team members. What's funny is, the reason I say we realized it is because we never really did a head count. It was only we were doing the slide deck and we're like, let's count how many people we have on the team. So we've just been growing like crazy since then. In 2021, this is COVID. I remember Sean, Varun, and I we were on a call and we were just like, what do we do? We don't know if our business is gonna last, we don't know about our customers, and we were really concerned. So we basically said, how can we actually not only make sure that we're successful along with our customers, but make sure our team is successful at the same time. So we doubled down, we continued to hire. But what was amazing about that event was our new, sorry. As you can see, I don't know what's on the slides. This is when we launched SaaS mode. And what was amazing about it was the reception from people. People understood the value play that we were providing at that time.
No one used it.
And then 2022, 1 year later, we had our first event last year. Who was here last year? There you go. What was amazing about it is at that point we had realized that we had brought in over $200 million of revenue back into your guys' pocket. I mean, it's a crazy number. We didn't think that we would be able to pull that off. And at that point, we found out that we had over 100 award winners. And these are agencies and businesses, SaaSpreneurs, right? They had over 100 customers that's under them. It's amazing to hear the stories, and we are continuing to double down on that. And yeah, we generate $200 million in revenue for you guys. And then today, it is our 5-year anniversary. Yeah. So now, by the end of the year, we'll have about 800 team members worldwide in 14 countries, all here to serve you. This is a cool picture. We were able to take our teams to different trips. So we did 2 retreats, one for the West, we did that at Disney World, and on the East, we took them to Japan. It was a great time. This, I think, is super impressive. Now we have 258 award winners. Not only businesses that have over 100 sub-accounts, but over 500 as well. This is a crazy number just to see how fast you guys are growing. And then to date, we've generated close to $720 million. That's not us, that's you guys. This isn't SaaS mode, this is rebuilding. This is all the money that you guys have made now. And by the end of this year, we'll hit $1 billion. So, the question is, how do we do it? Why are we doing this and all that? Well, I just want to kind of walk through a little bit about what we do as a business here. So one of the things I like to talk about is how fast we work. We work at the speed of light. And the way that you want to think about it is what we do in a week is what others do in a month. And what we do in a month, others can only do in a quarter. And what we do in a quarter is what other companies do in a year. And so this is what we do. And over the past couple of months, we've been continuously asked, hey, what's your mission statement? Why are you guys doing this and all that? And every time that Sean and I would sit down, we would just kind of like shrug our heads, like, why? Why even worry about that? We got customers who are calling us. We have a ticket that we need to solve or something like that. So I decided to create a manifesto yesterday. Thanks, Chase, for helping me. So we are the best all-in-one marketing tool. No one will move faster as a company than us, and no one will out-deliver us on a product. No one will care more about their customers than us, and no one will generate more money into your pockets and your customers' wallets than us. Together with you guys, we are redefining the software industry by serving every business in the world. That's it. All right, so now I'm going to talk. I was talking about a little bit about who we are, but now I'm going to have Varun come up here to talk about how we're pulling it off. Let's welcome up.
Thank you. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here with us. For those of you who were here last year, I told you guys one thing. I said, hey, this is the first ever time that I'm presenting ever. I've never presented in school, never in college, anywhere. And it's been a crazy year since then. About half a dozen speaking engagements, maybe a dozen webinars. I'm kidding. This is my second ever time presenting in front of a live audience. And we didn't get the slide deck done. So yesterday we were at Scout talking to people, and me and Robin kept eyeballing each other to say, should we go up and finish it? So we got done at about 9:30, and we handed it over to them at about 10 maybe today morning. So if you see me staring at the slides for a long time, I'm trying to figure out what the idea was last night. So with that, let's get started. So the first thing, the story behind this is, as we grow as a team, it's not just to our customers, but even for us internally. What do we stand for? That's something that every person coming in needs to understand, and it's really, really important because as we scale as a company, we're not 40 or 50 people anymore, where we just work with everyone and they're able to learn or see these things just by us showing it. So the skateboard model is something that we're really passionate about. It's not just how we build product, it's also how we operate other areas of the company like support, success, almost everything that we do internally. And the idea here is to start by solving the smallest version of the problem. So to give you an example, let's say the problem we're solving is transportation, and I'm going to help solve your daily commute to work. There's so many variables there, like how far is your work? What is the weather in the place that you live? Is it always sunny? Does it rain? Is there an uphill climb? How much money do you have? And if you try to solve for all of it, you need to build a giant SUV. And at that point, you deliver that to your customer, and you'll be in your shed building it for years before you deliver it to your customer. And when they get it, they'll be like, I don't like the mileage. I can't pay for the gas. Take it back. So we don't like to build that way. So we're like, hey, we'll build a skateboard. If you live in a place where there's no uphill climb, it's sunny all the time, and your work is close by, we've gotten you to work. And for all of the others, we'll continue to collect feedback, release out into the public, and we continue to build as we go. So the next set of items that we have a bias to action as a company. So when we say no days off, it does not mean that we work everyone 7 days a week. The 3 of us do, but not everyone on the team. It just means when something goes wrong, like if there's an outage or if a customer calls and they're in need of help, every person on the team still shows up. No one says, hey, I'm out playing golf, I'm out with my family, I'm sorry, I cannot show up. We're entrepreneurs ourselves, and we know all of you are. So we know what happens when someone's crying out for help. So we make sure that we're always there for you no matter what. And we have a couple of stories that kind of highlight how we function in these situations. So the vendor outage story is, I won't name the vendor for good reason, but we had someone go down, their API went down. And this was on a Sunday. It was a long weekend. It was this year, so I think Thanksgiving was on Monday or Tuesday this year, but it was a long weekend. And our team found out about it. A couple of customers had posted on Facebook. The internal support team raised an alert. It was about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And I called the team 2 minutes after we found out. We had 3 or 4 people from the team jump on, and everyone's tagging other people that they know. Hey, I think it's related to your area, your area. So in about 5 minutes, we had 10 people on the call. We identified that the issue was with a vendor. And we were like, hey, what can we do while we try to figure this out? Because we knew it was a holiday. We knew it might take time to resolve it. So we found a way to read out the request and fix the issue for the customer within the next 15 minutes, and we had pushed a deployment out. But yeah, thank you. And that's all the team. Most of them are here as well. And the minute we pushed that release out, we created a support ticket with the vendor. We didn't get a response expected. We tried calling our account manager there, did not get a response. He was out with his family. We didn't know what else to do, so we went to LinkedIn and found every person we could find at the vendor company. And our selection criteria was, we don't call people lesser than VP. So VP to CEO, anyone on that we could find. We found their phone numbers. We used an online tool to figure out, email or LinkedIn to phone numbers. It was about 5 a.m. in the morning, which we thought was rude, so we waited until 6 a.m. And then we started calling all of them until one person finally picked up. They got their team online, fixed the issue, and we delivered for you. So at every point, we try to make sure that we can get you guys the best experience possible, and we're always there behind the scenes working for you. So with A to P, thank you. So with A to P, it was a pain for you guys. It was even more painful for us. And I'm sure Twilio will say the same thing. I mean, it started off like a joke. It was, hey, A2P is coming, we need to prep everyone up. The deadline kept moving forward every time. So it was almost like a game that was being played. And eventually, at one point, Twilio said, oh, no, this time it's serious. We're going to have to enforce it because they were getting a rap. So we spoke to most other vendors. Like, there's a lot that we know, like Plivo, some others. And they had all enforced A2P 6 months before Twilio had enforced them. And Twilio was the last, so they were trying to get us as much leg room as possible. But when we knew it was serious, we looked at what percentage of our traffic was registered, and it was only about 30%. And actually, when we started, I think it was closer to 17. And then we really started to beat the drum. We sent out tons of emails to all of you. Some of you start, I won't say all of you, because a lot of you still haven't taken action. Some of you started to take action. You jumped on, you created your brands, your campaigns, but the approvals weren't coming through fast enough. So we worked really hard with the Twilio team. We pushed them. So our Twilio team is here. So we have 3 people, Mike, Chris, and Pathik. I think one of them isn't. 2 of them are here with us. So they pushed really hard for us. We had the third-party vendor prioritize high-level traffic over every other place. And the interesting thing is we were talking to another vendor because we were like, hey, how does this really work? And we were talking to another SMS vendor, and they told us that the third-party vendor Signiverse was blocked up because Twilio was sending a rush of traffic from some company. And that company was, was us. So we went above and beyond. Like Sean sent an email to Jeff Lawson, who's the CEO of Twilio. He jumped on. So we didn't stop at anything to get this done. And when we eventually knew that, hey, this is still going to be hard, we didn't ask your permission. We asked for forgiveness. We just bought toll-free numbers in everyone's accounts that didn't register. Because it's how do we make sure that when that switch happens, you're not seeing failure? And today, the good news is over 92% of all our traffic is A2P registered. There's still 8% that needs to act. The other item I want to talk about is the ideas board. A lot of people feel like when we go to the ideas board and put an idea on, no one listens to us. But we look at the ideas list and we take it very seriously. So when we have our internal product roadmap presentations, the product team actually puts a card which shows a screenshot of the idea on the ideas board and how many votes it got. So that plays a critical role in us deciding which features to build. And even there, we had a customer. We pushed out proposals and estimates, and we had a customer who reached out to us. They were going to go live, launch their product at an event, and they needed one feature where a customized email was not sent when a proposal was sent out. And they thought it was crucial for them to be able to launch. Their launch was 2 weeks out. They kept waiting, hoping it would happen. It didn't. So when they reached out, we prioritized our roadmap, and our product and engineering teams pushed hard. We hit the deadline. We made sure that that customer could go on stage and launch their product. So no matter which area of the app or what we're doing, we're always thinking about you guys. And this is how it reflects in our product, in our pricing. That's why our pricing is flat. We were at an event a few days back, and we had someone come up and say, I can't believe it. How can you guys still be 97? What is the catch? Or how can you be 297? What is the catch? And for us, we don't want to raise the price because we want to be the best deal in town for all of you. And we do that with support and with all of our policies internally as well. Cool. I think that's that portion of it. A lot of that was just the questions we get around, hey, how do you work as a company? As you grow, how do you grow your business? And now we go on to some cool stats. So we saw some stats last time we met. So where do we stand today compared to last time? So in the last year, since the last time we met, we have 1.4 billion contacts that have been added into the system, or leads. We had thank you. We had 310 million opportunities created, 630 million conversations with 9.5 billion messages. So we see a lot of scale with messaging. Robin already talked about the 720 million made by SaaS agencies so far this year, which is great. We have 900,000 sub-accounts that were created, or locations, SMB accounts that were created just this year. So we have 9.5 million funnels, $1 billion in payments, $1.6 billion in ad spend, which then gets routed to HighLevel. So leads that are coming in from $1.6 billion worth of ad spend. So we have 7.2 million course takers in the memberships, 8.6 million reviews with 4 million reviews sent. The nice thing there is, for every 2 review requests you send out of the system, you get 1 review. So you need to get on that. And to finish it off, we have 21 million workflows that have been created just in the last year with 8.9 billion contacts that have run through workflows. We have 2.2 million calendars with 102 million appointments booked on the system. So it is a great job overall. The scale that we're seeing and the amount of effort that the engineering and product teams are putting in behind the scenes to make this happen is incredible. And this is just, hey, let's show really huge numbers. So overall, across all of the databases that we have 70 terabytes of data that we are hosting for all of you. And that's just the database storage with just storage from files and media. We have 3 petabytes of free storage that we're giving out to all of you guys today. So we don't charge for storage. Yeah. And the cores and the TB, Sean asked me, I was like, hey, aren't these too many numbers? And why do our customers care about 6,600 CPUs? But the reason I put that in there is every now and then I get a few comments saying, just make the server bigger. And this is to say, this is a really huge deal. Like, this is 6,600 cores and 13.7 TB of RAM that we have. So if you think about it, we have 1.5 billion events we see every day. Of those, 9.5 are in the data stream. So it is big enough that it's about 9.5 million books or 3.2 million songs. And this is a day. And if you look at the APIs, we're talking about 1 billion requests handled by 125 microservices, 200 workers, 18 Gbps or gigabytes data processing throughput, and all of this is per day. And it's the equivalent. So the Library of Congress, some smart person has put this in, but has 130 million books. So we create about 9,000 libraries of Congress every day. So the volume of data that we handle is incredible. Thank you. Again, great job by the team here. And just a shout out, they're all at the open office hours. The people that have made all of this possible are there. So when you get time, if you have any questions, pop in there and say hi to all of them. They're really excited about feedback. The only thing that they said when they were coming over is we can't wait to meet customers. So please go in there. And this is just a cool graphic to show how this all really works behind the scenes. So when you see HighLevel in the front end, it's just one app, but this is really how it looks behind the scenes. There's hundreds of microservices that are all talking to each other, all built and owned by different teams. So it takes a lot to make this happen. Thank you. So a lot of people, even at the party yesterday, said it's incredible what HighLevel is able to do. But the question we always ask ourselves is, can it go faster? And we can go faster because the team and the processes that we built are just maturing. We think it will really hit critical mass maybe December or January of next year. So if you think we're fast now, we're going to be much, much faster next year. So you can look forward to all of the releases. Thank you. So with that, the overall numbers we were coming up with, but just in engineering and product, we have over 200 people. And there's more engineers per product area than we've ever had. So we will continue to pump these features out as quickly as we can. And the HighLevel Cloud Platform is the last item I want to talk about. This is an interesting one. So we were at an event before this, and there was a person that came up and said, hey, I built my own custom appointment booking system. And we're like, well, we have calendars inside HighLevel. Why would you do that? And they were like, all of the appointments you guys book is based off the end time. I'm sorry, the start time. But I have a different use case. I do this for weddings. So the end time is more important because I need to know by what time they need to be ready to leave. And all of the service providers that are doing the different services need to work at the same time. They don't work on the person one after the other. So there was this really interesting use case that came up. And we were like, hey, how do we enable more of these? Like, how do we make sure that this person can build their use case on top of the HighLevel calendar? And both, not just for external developers, but for internal teams as well. How do we make sure that all of these teams and different products that we're building can talk to each other better? And the answer we came up with there was be API first. And this is something we're going to start with post LevelUp. Every feature that we put out, no matter how obscure it is, we're going to make sure that every API that's built for internal use on the same day the feature goes live is also available to all of our developers in the marketplace. Yeah. And this is to make sure that all of you are able to build and leverage the system, and the API is public and is able to help you build incredible outcomes for your customers. And I mean, there might be some people in this room who are like, hey, who really are the people that are going to be able to take advantage of this and do a good job? And as we were putting this deck together, we remembered a video that we had seen some time back. So I'd like to play that for you guys.
The key to industry transformation, the key to success is developers, 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 developers. Yes!
Yeah. And just to finish that off, if you didn't hear him, the key to success, the key to industry domination is, say it with me, developers, 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 developers. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, you're amazing. Great job. All right, we're finally here. All right, are you guys excited or what? All right. So about a month ago, Sean Vernon and I and our product team were on a call in the morning, and every day we go through our new releases, our new enhancements and everything, and we just wait for all the releases from all the teams, and then Sean just looks at our release notes and says, all right, which one should I release today? And we're always being opinionated on which ones we should talk about. And then one day, probably about 30, 40 days ago, we're like, Sean, you gotta stop. So we really put him in jail. So, are you guys ready to unleash the beast? I don't think he heard you. You guys ready to unleash the beast?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, John coming at you, John coming at you, John coming at you, John coming at you. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. John coming at you, 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 John coming at you.
Happy Tuesday, everybody! Sean coming at you from HighLevel!
Well, man, I've been excited about this for 40 days, so it's been terrible. I think somebody told me that my recent videos seem very sad, and I said, well, it's because I haven't been able to release any new features, right? So I'm ready. I'm out. Let's do this thing. So, as any of you who have seen my videos know, I am a terrible public speaker. I have very low production quality, so just set your expectations low and we'll all do great. But lucky for me, I have some amazing team members. As you can see, my two co-founders, obviously I would not be here without them. Certainly would not be here without our amazing team, and I certainly wouldn't be here without all of you. So I just want to thank all of you for everything you've done for us. So before I dive into my favorite part, I just want to remind everybody of why we're here. Not just, we love the features, we're product people, we're engineers, but we really are in service of all of you, and we believe this to our core. It's why we talk about SaaSpreneurs, we talk about the money that you're making, because that really is the internal scorecard that we have. We wake up every day and say, how are we making our customers more money? How are we helping them grow their businesses, change their lives, and achieve amazing things? And I got asked earlier this week, what's your big favorite story? Who do you want to highlight or who would you point out? And I said, you wouldn't know these people because these are the people that come to me and say, I started from 0, I started from 10, I started from 1, and now I've achieved this amazing thing. And that was super important to me. Those are the people that inspired me the most, and I'm so happy and thrilled, and I feel so lucky to be part of those journeys. So for all those people who have come up to me, and for all the people I hope to meet in the near future, I just want to say thank you for believing in us, thank you for being on the journey with us, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve all of you. It's an amazing world to be part of, so thank you so much. That's me. All right, let's go into the releases already, for Pete's sake. Okay, so first up, international expansion. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but we have expanded into a tremendous number of languages here. We have a lot more to come, so don't worry about that. It's been done on the back end. It's been done on the mobile app. It's done in all of the AI that we're putting out, so we're very committed to multilingual support. That's a big deal to us. Prospecting tool. Oh, I'm sorry. I have 254 releases and features this year to cover, so it's a lot more than last year, so I apologize. I was told to slow down, but just can't do it. So the prospecting tool, if you haven't seen this, it helps you get more customers. If I skip something, it's on the side. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who don't hear a thing I say or hear very few things I say because I go too quickly, there's a blog article where all of this will be covered in detail, so don't sweat it, don't worry about it. But anyhow, as you can see, they did some amazing updates to the prospecting tool. They have some amazing new marketing report elements on that prospecting tool. They've refreshed you can now refresh these reports. Coming soon, these are the next items up from that team on the prospecting tool. We're going to continue to enhance it. The most important thing about the prospecting tool is, yet again, our commitment to helping you get more customers. This is exactly why we created it. We want to make this simple and easy for you to walk into any business and make a sale. So that's really, really important to us. Payments and invoicing, automated sales receipts for all of your transactions are now there. We have ACH supported now for payments on all invoices. We have brand new QuickBooks integration that's out, so we can not only automatically sync sales receipts, but we also are now doing automated invoice syncing as well. So for any of you working businesses that have QuickBooks, you've got all of that now in. Anytime there's an invoice, it's going to sync automatically, or a payment is going to sync automatically. So great job of the payment team on that. Templates for invoices, many of you wanted this, so that's been delivered. Send invoice workflow action. Who doesn't love that? So now you can, yeah, there you go. So now you can automate the sending out of the invoices automatically through workflows. Here's your coming soon list for those of you who say, what, I love Xero. Don't worry, it's coming. You can see it at the bottom of the list. Buy now, pay later, client portal integration, all of that amazing stuff is coming very, very soon. You can see right there Q4 and Q1 if you want to know exactly when. Proposals and estimates. So all of you, obviously, depending on your business, you may send a proposal, you may call it an estimate, but we now have custom field and custom value support for those. We have the availability of that all in the SaaS configurator to give to your clients as you're selling this out. Page background, image and document customizations, custom notifications for documents sent and signed. Varun, actually, that's the feature we got out for the person who was going up on stage. Automatic invoice creation after documents are signed. So I don't know if you know this, but we have full DocuSign level sort of capabilities now. You can send this out, you can have people sign it, and it'll automatically create an invoice. So that's awesome job. Oh yeah, but what about when I need multiple people to be able to sign the thing, right? Well, there you go. Multiple receipt signature support is now available, so you can have multiple signers on every document. Proposal and estimate templates. Those of you who wanted to get your clients in there, but you wanted to give them a great template, you now have the capacity to do that so they don't have to build from scratch. Send proposal and estimates inside workflows. So another great way to bring this out, get this automated and in your flow and send these out automatically inside your workflows. All the roadmaps here for everybody you can see. Sharing documents, allowing deposit and payments is going to be a big one here. That'll come out here in Q4, which we're in today. So some really amazing things here. The goal is really simple. If you talk to anybody who says, I use invoicing or proposals or estimates, we want to make sure that we're serving those people. And if you're using those in your business, you can also use them as well. CRM, contacts and opportunities. I used to say if the world needed another CRM, we wouldn't be here, but that was a while ago. And now we are really becoming a world-class CRM. And I think this is very important because as we move into larger business, more sophisticated businesses, and as we scale, we want to make sure that you're running up against the biggest, baddest CRMs in the world. You can say, no, don't worry, we have that feature. So we're very committed to that. Document management was just recently released. I don't know if all of you saw it, but now you can have documents under all of your contacts, which is amazing. The team did a great job there. You can now use OR filters for contact smart lists. So you were only able to do ands before. You can now use ORs, which is very important when building really complex smart lists. You can now rename contact types, and you can add custom contact types. So you no longer have to just call them leads and customers like we've always done. So you can customize all of that to your heart's content. Assign multiple users to a contact. So you can now have multiple people, not just one salesperson, but you can also have additional people, managers, other people on the team. So you can create sort of a group following a contact or assigned to a contact so they have visibility and can take action. Custom field filters for opportunities is also here. So you can go to your opportunities list and not just search or filter on basic items. You can filter on almost every aspect of the opportunities to get very custom views on that. Assign multiple users to an opportunity. So not only to a contact, but you can assign multiple users to an opportunity. So if you have multiple salespeople or sales teams, you can now assign them to your opportunity so that sales team or salespeople can actually work on that opportunity together as a team. Roadmap items, here's what's coming up. for opportunities and documents. Somebody asked about this yesterday. Multiple contacts per opportunity is also coming in Q4, so I think that's going to be huge as well. There we go. E-commerce. Oh, snap. Okay, so this is something I really thought a lot about for a long time. I always was the opinion that why would we add this? There's a lot of other existing players, but this is the great thing about our customer base. We have some of the smartest, most amazing people out there, and what they really showed me is that it's not about the brand of the software, it's about all of you, right? And so we needed to give you this capacity to really go out there and serve your customers in a different way, whether they're already doing e-commerce or they've never thought about it before. Now it's all going to come inside HighLevel, and you're going to be able to very quickly and easily create online stores for them, just like you can in all of the other big platforms that all of you are used to using. So there you go. Yeah, clap it up. So this is inside the funnel builder, so you can literally just click Add Store, and it'll do a little processing message, and it'll add the store. You can go inside and customize all of the elements, be it the product detail page, or the list, or the checkout. And the goal here is to make it simple and easy for all of you to very quickly deploy and also give your clients the ability to customize. Obviously, once somebody orders, you need the ability to fulfill that order. So we have the ability to fully fulfill orders, send shipments, update customers, send them emails, and all of that awesome stuff. So now you can do world-class e-commerce for your clients. As always, back to Varun's presentation, the skateboard model, that's exactly where we'll start. I just said, listen, I want to be able to build the high-level swag store in this thing, and that's exactly what the team was looking at putting out. So, and I think they've done a fantastic job doing that. So now it's out to all of you. Show us what you can do. Let us know what we need to go, where we need to go from here. And as always, we'll pick it up and we'll make it happen for you. So huge props to the team for getting this out. Now, obviously, this is the roadmap. I'll actually show you this already. We have a lot of this. The other big thing is, yeah, I have a store, but how do I market it? There's a lot of big add-ons out there that do things like send text messages about product releases or abandoned shopping carts or email marketing, that kind of thing. I'll show you later in the presentation, but we have all of that already covered. And then you can see we already have some of the other items here that will be coming up here shortly. And like I said, let us know what else we missed, and we'll, as always, prioritize your ideas ahead of ours. All right, conversations. So first thing, the ability to view and track activities. Some of these screenshots are small, but you can see here we've brought a lot of the really common sort of action items that happen, like an invoice gets sent or a document gets signed or something like that, into the actual conversation stream. So you can see it all contiguously right there as a timeline. It allows you to actually take action, learn a lot more, and you don't have to jump around between all the tabs to see what happens. So I think that's an awesome update. On the right-hand side now, there's a little quick panel where you can actually pop out and you can see things like contact details, files, and appointments, all there in the conversation window, so you don't have to dive into the actual contact detail screen to get all of that information. Thank you. Enhanced email threading. This just really radically made email viewing a lot better. It really brings more of a classic threading view to it. It's just a simple way to look at the conversations and a great UI, UX update by the team. Contact engagement scores. This is very cool. So this is literally lead scoring, if any of you have heard this by another term. So you can set up your rules, and the system will automatically start to score leads based on actions that they take, and you can actually see those. Scores right there in the conversation view. And very shortly, you'll actually be able to take action them automatically in workflows using things like goals. So huge, awesome job for the team getting that done. Attachment. Thank you. Go ahead. Feel free. If you want to interrupt me, clap it up. I love it. I love all of these things. I think the team has done such a great job. And what I love about our customer base is, I always know that one group is going to love something and some other group is going to say, I don't get it. Why did you do that? So that's the fun part about what we do. Or it's actually more like, why did you waste your time doing that and not the thing I wanted you to do? But that's cool. We get it. We made attachments a lot easier in SMS and email. Again, we want to be a first-class CRM. We want your clients in there every day, preferring to use it as their tool of choice. So sometimes just making things simpler and easier to do gets a lot more mileage than some brand new, exciting feature. And this is a great example. Thank you. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So this is a great example of how the teams are committed to not just launching big new features, which is sort of my preference, but also making sure that we're making the core system that you're using every day constantly better, constantly simpler, constantly easier, all based on your feedback. So thank you for appreciating that work, because I think it's awesome. Okay, let's talk about the chat widgets. So for a really long time, people would say, I really want live chat. And I would say, no. And I would say the reason why is really simple. Have you ever had a live chat on a website, and have you ever noticed like you chat something in and then no one ever chats back to you and then you leave the website? That's a really crappy experience. And so we didn't want to put that out in the world if we knew we couldn't do that well, right? But as you saw from Billy early on, the world has changed. We all know this. AI is a big deal. So without further ado, live chat is now available. So there you go. And the reason why is because of that little gray, well, it's a big gray box, but the gray box. So very shortly, when we'll talk about this later in the presentation, we have some amazing conversational AI that's now available in the platform, and it's going to be available also in live chat. So I think that's huge. Very important here, a couple of things. One, the problem used to always be exactly what I described. The plumber would be out doing his or her job, the live chat would come in, the person would be like waiting around, all right, I'm out of here, thanks but no thanks, and I'm moving on to the competition. That's a terrible thing to do to your customer. With live chat and conversational AI, that will never happen again. We're gonna start helping our clients capture a lot more leads. We're gonna do it in context, in real time, on their websites for them. This is gonna be a great lead-off product for many of you who are in the crowd thinking, hey, what could I sell to a client? Always remember, every person, whether they know this or not, has a lot of leads or a lot of traffic coming in every day that they're not converting. This is a fantastic way to do it. And prior to live chat, hopefully many of you know, we have an SMS version. We use this on our own website every single day and field tons, literally hundreds of people will use it a day. And so I know how valuable it can be for our business, and I know how valuable it will be for all of yours and your clients. So definitely check out this feature. Thank you. Chat widgets are now supported. Again, it's a big world out there. It's a multilingual world out there. So we're also supporting many languages in the chat widget, so you're not just limited to English. There you go. Integrations and marketplace. So developers, right? So ultimately, this is a big part of who we are and who we want to be. So HighLevel is a platform, and we think about it whether you're an individual business, agency, building on that platform, or you're a developer. And I'm really speaking to myself. Prior to HighLevel, I was a one-man band, as it were. I built an add-on to Xero in QuickBooks, and it was awesome because I learned that I could build a whole business off of these amazing platforms, and that's really what we want to be for you. We're a huge, we put a lot of money and a lot of time into creating these awesome ways for developers to come in. I think it's not just about add-ons to the system. I hope to see in the future people create entire apps on top of the system. There's a guy in the crowd here I love to reference where he has created for the auto industry, the ability to look at the inventory on the lot, to actually run a credit app, all within HighLevel. He sells it out to car dealerships, and it's amazing, and it's a great example. He was very early on in this, but this is an example. Thank you, yeah. So we're very committed to making this happen. So with that in mind, you can now, we also want to make it easier for developers to get attention from all of you who aren't developers. And so we have the ability now for agencies to both see and install apps at the agency level down to their clients. We also have the ability for you to expose the marketplace, if you so choose, out to your actual end location, so you can give them the option of doing that. So that's all now within the app today, and it's all within your control. So that's really awesome way to get some access to these amazing apps that have been created for the system. All right, app marketplace, we're gonna keep going here. The ability to add and view app custom pages, the ability to add pricing plans for the app, so for developers to actually monetize their apps and make money, which is what they should be doing because they're making amazing stuff. The ability to set payment preferences inside and outside HighLevel, the ability to view and install paid apps, the ability to resell marketplace apps at the agency level, single sign-on, which is a big thing for developers. They needed the ability to, yep, there you go, for whoever that one person is, that's for you. So that you can fuse two systems seamlessly together. And now we also have this for everybody. We have LinkedIn lead integration now live in the system. So if you're running LinkedIn ads, that's now available, so check that out. Calendars, this is a huge, huge deal, right? Because there are so many different forms of calendars out there, and there are so many businesses that use them. They're almost the most critical linkage. I learned a long time ago that the money is in the lead nurturing. Rob Bailey taught me that. And ultimately, one of the biggest things people always do is they need to then take an action step once that lead comes in, and it's always down to the calendar. But then from there, it's what type of business do I have, and do I have a calendar for that? And so we want to make sure that we're covering all the different use cases cases for all of you as you meet these different businesses. So first up, this is the services menu. It's now live. This is your med spa. This is your is your hair salon. This is your all of those folks. Your ability to come in and do multiple services, multiple providers, seamlessly weave them together. This is like your Booker or your Vagaro kind of thing for all of those types of service providers. I had somebody yesterday. Thank you. And like I said, if you ever want to interrupt me with clapping, you just go for it. So huge, awesome job there. I had somebody with a couple hundred salons test this out yesterday, and they said it's perfect for what they're doing. So I know if it works for them, it will work for all of you. So great job to the calendar team. Apple iCal integration. There you go. I thought there were a couple people who used it. I don't use it myself, but we kept getting. But again, this is a great example of how we roll, right? So this is like votes in action. So no one in our company uses this, well, at least not corporately. But this is where we're like, all right, let's just look at the votes. Somebody says it's iCal, let's make it happen, and so we did. So there's iCal for you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, rooms and equipment. So does anybody have clients who book rooms or equipment? Yes, all right, great. Well, there you go. We now support rooms and equipment in there, so you can actually start not just booking calendar appointments for people, you can also start booking them for rooms and equipment. So great job to the calendar team for making that happen. Yeah. Calendar overlay. This was a hugely voted item. The ability for people to go in and seamlessly overlay calendars just like you can in Google Calendar so they can start tracking what's going on across their business. This is particularly useful for managers or people trying to move different teams around, things like that. So you now have this really amazing ability to go in and overlay your calendars just like you can in Google Calendar. So yes, awesome job to the team for getting that done. Google Booking Redirect. This is cool, all right? I don't know, has everybody seen this yet? So Google tried to go out and, as Google always does, really overcomplicate things and make this really big certification process that was necessary in order to get booking through Google, but they realized their mistake, they kind of throttled it back, and they've made it a lot easier for all of you. So if you're not doing this, this is a point of education for all of you. They've made it so you can now literally take that button and link it to whatever you want to link it to, and that's now all integrated inside HighLevel. So both with the individual booking calendars, thank you, and the services, as you can see, you can actually push all that into Google, drive them out to the HighLevel calendar, and they can book directly through there by clicking that button. Automation, we're known for this, right? So we love automation. Automation is awesome. If you have not seen this, there is a brand new workflow builder UI. It's incredible. It's super fast. It's very scalable, and we've also run. You'll see this on the next slide, but it's a lot easier to use. It's a lot simpler to do. There's no like upgrading. It will automatically carry over all of your work, so you're not going to lose anything. I think the team did an amazing job there. So if you haven't seen that brand new workflow builder UI, check it out. It's awesome. Then next up on that, stats. So, yeah, there you go. Come on. If you've ever used the workflow builder, you understand the power here. We've always had these stats, but you have to click on the link and go over to the stats thing. And some people don't even know these stats exist over there, but they're there. They're amazing. And now we've put them in line for all of you, so you can show your clients. You can see how your stuff is doing right there in line. Yeah, great job, team. Amazing. Drip action. So people have asked forever, hey, can I do stuff in workflows in drip mode? And if you haven't seen how this has been implemented, it's incredible. So for the longest time, I've said, like, go to the bulk thing and add it in via drip mode and this and that. People said, no, I want to do it in the workflows. And I thought for sure they would just make it like a setting in the back end. But it's actually a step. So you can actually start drip mode anywhere you want in the workflow by simply adding the drip mode at that point. So if you want to fire through the SMSs and not drip those out, but then stop, then start drip mode, and then go into your drip at that point, you now can do that. Team did a great job there, so that's now live. Hey, how about this one? Copy work, there you go. Thank you, Nikunj and the workflow team. So this has been asked for a very long time. It's a very simple thing on its face, but I can't explain to you why it's very difficult in reality. But the team got it done. You can very easily move workflows from one location to another. So awesome job to the team for that. Contactless workflows. Yeah, thank you again. Contactless workflows. So you may or may not know this, but up until very recently, workflows basically had to start with a trigger that included a contact, and this really limited some of the things that you could do. The team went back in and made it so that no longer is necessary, and so you can do a lot more with it. You can read all about it here. IVR. Does anybody want IVR? Of course. So again, how can we continue to replace the other systems our businesses are using? How can we be more valuable for them? How can we do more every single day, provide them more value? IVR is, in my opinion, unfortunately, still a part of life. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that. You can now do all of this for your clients inside HighLevel. You can build out these flows perfectly. And yeah, it's IVR. So it's in there now. Go check it out. Yeah, heck yeah. So more triggers and actions, obviously, the ability to send invoices, proposals, and of course the LinkedIn lead form submission that we talked about earlier, also in workflows ready for you to use. Premium actions and triggers, copying contacts. So if you've ever wanted to do a lead distribution and bring it into one sub-account and move that contact over to another sub-account, that's live. Workflow marketplace, so this is really, really cool. So back to developers. There are a lot of amazing folks who create apps, but they also have things that they wanted to put deep into the app. So like, I want a custom workflow action, right? So they now have the capacity to do that. So within the actual developer APIs and marketplace, if you are a developer and you said, oh, I just really wish I had my XYZ workflow action or trigger in the workflow builder, you can now create those as part of your app. Agreed. SaaS, hey, I love SaaS, that's right. So if anybody doesn't know what this is yet, you're at the wrong place. But, the most important thing that I have seen as a transition since we began 5 years ago is when we first started working with many of you, you were going out on Facebook, you were generating leads for the dentist for 1 penny a lead, you were delivering on a spreadsheet and then getting fired for that. And wondering what the heck just happened. And really, it was all about lead nurturing, and we really went through that journey together. But as I worked with many of you, talked with many of you, thousands of you, in fact, what I learned is it's models that matter, right? And so if we look out in the world and we look at really sticky models, software as a service is a core fundamental piece of this. And if you are not making this a part of your business, you are making a mistake. So all of the people that I have seen scale, all of the people that I have seen do the best, all of the people that are not, in fact, I remember a mastermind very recently in the last year where I was sitting down explaining what SaaS, being a SaaSpreneur was all about and what SaaS was, and there was this guy and he said, oh, I'm so sorry, I have a client, he pays me 50 grand a month, I have to take this call, and he had to leave and he left his significant other there to whom I finished explaining, and I said, you know what, that is what SaaS is all about. You never have to walk away from the table like that again, right? And what's amazing about that guy, and I'd give credit to his significant other, is they took action and they got rid of that $50,000 a month client. They became SaaSpreneurs. They're not only making way more money than they used to, they're no longer beholden to one client. They're SaaSpreneurs. They've scaled to hundreds and hundreds of locations only about a year later. It's been phenomenal for them, and I have heard this story many times over. Earlier this week, we were at a conference at another hotel here in Dallas because we thought, why do one event when you can do 2 in the same week? And I met a woman in dental, which I think is one of the hardest niches personally that I could imagine going after. She had 400 dentists. She was a SaaSpreneur. It was really, really, really amazing. So if you haven't met these folks, if you aren't there yet, please, please talk about it. It's absolutely the model of the future. All of you need to be doing that. But yeah, clap it up. I'm not even sure what I'm going to say in here. Okay, I'm going to, and like Varun and Robin, actually, I was actually down at I partied a little too long last night, so they were actually up doing the work while I was down partying it up with all of you. And so they actually know more about the slides than I do. So most of these things I'm just reading as I go. So anyways, as you can see, in SaaS mode, which you can now allow agencies to customize their welcome emails. That's amazing. You can now create up to 20 SaaS plans. So we've increased this radically. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's right, and I'm sure this is on a slide, and I'll probably just repeat myself. For those of you who wondered, hey, where's that whole multi-brand thing? It's coming in Q4. Don't sweat it. It did get pushed, and for good reason, but it'll still come. So yeah, there you go. That's what I like. User limits for SaaS locations. This is awesome. So we don't limit users, as all of you know. We don't limit contacts, but we respect our users, and we want you to make the maximum amount of money, and we understand, thank you, go for it, that there are opportunities to do this. So you now have the ability to put in user limits for your plans, so you can charge more per user if you so choose. Yeah, and you can do the same thing with contacts as well. You can also do limits by contacts. You can mix and match. So we just want to really continue to give you the ability to refine these SaaS plans. Roadmap items, I told you I'd repeat myself, but I just wanted to make sure you can see right here multiple brand support for SaaS. We're supporting other currencies than USD. It's going to be a big part of Q4 for us. SMS and email limits for SaaS sub-accounts, so you can set limits on how much people can send. Coupons for SaaS are coming out. Bulk set rebilling. Yeah, there you go. And so all of that's coming out. Oh, hey, look at that. So this was literally a 4-year journey, and I'm not joking. So we of course, WhatsApp was, as many of you know, was purchased by, I think they're called Meta now or something, a long time ago. And they had an API and all this, and I remember filling out the stupid form to get access, and Mark Zuckerberg would never call me, no matter how many times I filled this out. It took a really long time, but we finally got an amazing partner at Meta, and I think he might be here, Albert. Yeah, Albert's here. Thank you, Albert, wherever you may be. And you know, he went to the mat for us, and he got us access to the official Meta API. And I think why that's important, why that's important here is really simple. We did not want to put something out in the world that we felt like could be taken away. And it was really important for us to play by the rules, because we knew while we hated getting the constant haranguing from when is this coming out and when are we going to have it and what the heck is wrong with you idiots, we knew that this was the right path. So we stuck with it, we made it happen, and we're finally at that place where WhatsApp is available to everybody in the app today. Obviously, though, we don't want to just say, hey, WhatsApp's available, that's cool, that's nice, but how are we going to make money, right? So we also have reselling and markup here for all of you, so you can start to actually make money off of this with your clients right now, so you can be part of the action. This is part of the SaaSpreneur story. It's all about rebilling. It's all about helping you folks make more money, so that's obviously there. And by the way, it's also not just on the web, it's also in the mobile app, which is also, of course, very important. Yeah, there you go. Easy ways to start WhatsApp conversations. I know nothing about WhatsApp except that I use it sometimes, but apparently QR codes are important, so we have that. It's the ability to do the quick QR code thingy. Here's the WhatsApp roadmap for anybody who's interested. We're going to have a lot more there, obviously, as this comes out. It's a big channel. They told me not to do that, sorry. But I did it anyways. But here's the WhatsApp roadmap for anybody who's interested. Okay, lead connector phone system. All of you know this. Our mission here, again, is to make these things simple and easy. How can we bring lead connector in? We've got this new A2P registration wizard for anybody who's on the LC phone system to make it easier for your clients to do this registration. Yes, it is a pain in the butt. No, we do not like it, but yes, it's here to stay, sadly. So we're going to make it as easy as possible. So this new registration wizard goes a long way to do that. CNAM registration, for any of you who want to know, this is making your voice better, less spam likely calls and that kind of thing. That's what CNAM is all about. A2P and toll-free registration status, just so all of you know what's going on. We're sending out emails now to let you know as your registration progresses, what's going on, when it's approved, all that good stuff. Here are all the roadmap items for that. You can read all of it. I think, as always, all of these are going to be from the ideas list and also amazing in the next quarter or so. Lead connector email. So again, just like the phone system, we want to be a one-stop shop for email, so you don't have to be setting up external email providers if you don't want to. So we have dedicated IPs that we've just now announced and launched. So any of you who need to have dedicated IPs, you now have the ability to do that. Yeah, there you go. And as always, reselling. So it's not just, hey, here's this thing, because it does cost us more. It's going to cost you a little more, but you're also going to be able to mark it up and make money off of it with your clients and improve their deliverability at the same time. Yeah, Domain Connect. If you haven't seen this, it's been out for a little bit, but this is awesome. There you go. There you go. See, it's the little things that count, right? So we'll continue to expand this, but the bottom line here is instead of having to depend on clients or even yourself to do these DNS entries, we're now doing this automatically for you when you're able to connect. It works with most major DNS providers, and if it doesn't work with yours, you probably should just switch to one where it does, because it's that awesome. All right, list import risk level. So this is for anybody, when you're importing a list, we're trying to give you some perspective on, is this list healthy? Is this list good? How's deliverability going to be? So you can try to take action if the answer is no. Email verification feature control is now at the sub-account level. Control and flexibility in managing sub-accounts in the email service. Provide the reason for why it was marked as invalid. So email is marked as invalid. People are like, no, I know it's good, it's great. Now you'll know why we marked it as invalid. SMTP, being able inside LC to create SMTP credentials. allow users to select domains for emails. Now this will actually, this was confusing as heck actually when I saw this. Let me just explain, it'll go out into the workflow. But this is the idea that, like when you're sending a bulk message or you're sending an individual message or you're sending anything else, you can choose which domain those things go out on. There you go. See, I was like, huh? And then Varun explained it to me and then I was like, woo, that's amazing. So, okay, bulk email verification. So if you just want to say, oh, you know what, I forgot to verify this, you'll be able to now bulk verify all the emails. Ability to turn off and on email tracking. So this is for, there you go. For anybody who needed that, that's now there. Exclude contacts from email validation. So if you said, forget all this, I don't want you to validate this email, you can skip it. Filters in the agency settings are also available, so you can list all of your clients by email provider for better visibility. Here's all the roadmap items for LC phones, so anybody who is interested in all of that. I think the inbox placement testing will be very, very, very cool. So, and agreed. So now, for those of you who wonder when I show these, like what does the roadmap, future roadmap mean? If you don't know this already, we plan about 1 quarter ahead at most because that creates flexibility when all of you give us the latest and best direction to go in. So everything I'm showing you, I'm really just saying, hey, this is coming in the next 3 months, right? So that's what these roadmap items represent. HIPAA. Anybody know what HIPAA is? All right, yeah, there you go. Okay, so we just put HIPAA in app, we made it a lot easier. Sweet. Now we have HIPAA for sub-accounts, and we're very soon, and we'll have the ability for you guys to resell that as well. Woo! Priority support. So we have made priority support a lot easier to get in app. You can see all of the things that are going with priority support there. We're going to continue to beef up support. I think, I say this all the time, our engineering team and our product team are amazing, and I love features, but our app is nothing without amazing support, right? Agreed. So we have a huge commitment to this. We have a bunch more support and success folks that are in training right now that you will see roll out. So for anybody who said, hey, that ticket is taking a little longer than I want, I'm telling you by the end of November, you will stop saying that. We have a massive new class of folks coming through right now. We put them through a little extra training this time because we got some feedback that our last class wasn't as prepared as all of you wanted. So we changed it up as we always do when we get that feedback. So you're going to get an amazing group of folks here. So just give us a minute and they'll be right there. The mobile app. So if you didn't know this already, customers who have their customers using the mobile app, the amount of churn that we see goes down literally like almost to nothing. People using the mobile app stick with our SaaSpreneurs. So it's very important that if you're not using the mobile app today, remember we have the lead connector version, so we're not putting HighLevel's name out there and if you're not doing the white label yet. And so this is a huge, huge thing. But we've launched Tap to Pay. Does anybody know about this? That's right. So we're going to continue to move out payments in a big way. Any of your customers, wherever they're collecting money, we're going to be there for them. This is the start of that. You no longer need these silly external readers anymore. You can now do phone-to-phone payments, and you can also do tapping the card on the phone. So this is all now available in the mobile app today, and you can start getting this done with your customers right now. Warm and blind call transfers. So we had this in the desktop app. It's now in the mobile app. You literally you're on the phone with somebody. Hold on. Let me get you over to the right person. You can handle all these transfers in app now. Sign in with Google. One-click sign in with Google. It's awesome. Now you can schedule SMS and email also in the app. So if you're not ready to send it out, you can schedule it. Yeah. WhatsApp is in mobile. We didn't forget WhatsApp. It's now in mobile. Task Manager, so a brand new Task Manager. You can mark tasks as pending. It's a great new UI that did a good job. Here are the roadmap items for this. So we are definitely going to continue to move. Just think about e-commerce starts to lead into products, starts to lead into things like retail checkouts, online ordering, menus, that kind of thing. So you're going to see a lot more of that as we move through in the next couple quarters. White label mobile app. So this is big, right? For those of you who haven't seen this, you now have the ability, obviously, to customize, but what's even cooler is you can now actually go in and create your own menu items, oops, go back, in the mobile app. So you can add your own stuff when your customers log in. So it's not just the features in the HighLevel mobile app anymore, it's everything you want it to be, and you can make it as custom as you want. Community, has anybody seen? Yeah. Has anybody seen Community? Okay, so if you haven't seen when I first heard about this, I said, what the heck is community? It's literally like a private Facebook group. It's a big part of the future. If you are working with anybody who has a Facebook community, you could deal with it. It's really about creating your own private version. The team has been crushing this. So we now have paid groups for anybody who didn't know this, we're really going up against the biggest, baddest communities out there. So if you've seen another community app, look out, because we're going to have all those features and more literally at the worst by the end of Q4 if we don't have them right here today with you. Yeah. Let's see. I wonder if they'll cover this in the next slide. Courses are now in communities. That's awesome. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to go back real quick. So on the paid communities, in case it's not mentioned someplace else, you can also do free trials to your paid communities, which I think is huge. We have not seen this anywhere on any other community app. It's very, very cool. Courses that are now in communities, that's amazing. Better joining experience. We've made this a lot easier, a lot better, a lot nicer, a lot more branded, so that's awesome. Editing posts is now live as well, so you can go in and edit the post, which is awesome. You can see roadmap items here. We've got members approval. We have notifications coming in the next quarter, all of these awesome stuff, gamification, and we're actually rolling out a learner app, a real legit white labelable learner app, just like, yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Just like we have for the white label mobile app elsewhere, I think it's going to be massive. I've already seen a demo of it. It's phenomenal and very cool. So if you haven't checked out communities, please do. Certificates. This is really cool. Yeah. So if you're running a membership program now, you want to make it a certification program, and you want to acknowledge people who are getting certified, you have the ability to do that. Memberships. There you go. Now I'm going to speed up because I think I really need to get going. Certificate integrations with courses, roadmap items. There you go. Client portal. This is the one-stop shop for your clients to come in and look at everything. It's amazing. You have the dashboard now that's been live, so instead of landing them in one specific area, you can land them on a dashboard. You have the client portal app, which looks very cool. It's available in mobile PWA, and it will be available shortly as a full app. This is that app I was talking about just now. That learner app will also be the client portal app. So you can see here, you get a lot of ability to white label it, brand it, make it look awesome. Here's the roadmap for that as well. Reputation management, so huge new updates on reviews. This is big right here. I'll pause on this bad boy. Autoresponder for reviews using AI. So we've all been talking about AI. Let's use AI to automatically respond. We've been testing this out. It's phenomenal on positive reviews. It's phenomenal on negative reviews. And remember, Google smiles kindly on people who actually respond to the reviews by giving you a higher rank because you're a more engaged business. You can do this right now today. You can also use suggested mode if you're too chicken to turn it on auto, but I don't know what's wrong with you, so get over it. Review widget customizations. If you haven't seen this, it's awesome. You can make the review widgets look different and better, and it's cool. Here's the roadmap for that for anybody's interested. And then online listings in Yext. It's now available in the UK, Canada, and Australia. If you don't know what Yext is, it's like an SEO thing. You can go look it up. And then edit, manage listings in app. Oh, yes, you can actually manage your Yext listings in the app now, which has been asked for forever. Here's the roadmap items for Yext. WordPress, we do WordPress hosting. It's awesome, it's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. We now have a brand new analytics dashboard and site report, so you can show your clients all kinds of really cool stats on their WordPress stuff. It's a visitor report. You can see IPs and countries and staging environment. So if you're not ready to launch that thing live or you're making changes, you have a staging environment. Database management with PHP admin is live. WordPress debugging is live. Here's the roadmap for that. We'll have WooCommerce integrations, multiple WordPress installs, etc. Email builder, layout options, image and text buttons. This is all changed. This is really cool. FAQ element. FAQ element, by the way, is a dynamic element. So if you have an email application that supports the ability to do dynamic elements, the FAQ will actually allow you to expand and close it in that thing. Saved elements. You can now save elements so you can reuse them across your email builder and other things. Product elements, so this is for your e-commerce stuff. You can now put products into the actual email builder if you're sending out your marketing emails and all that good stuff. Enhanced UI, did a great job there. Here's all the roadmap items. Check out number 2 right there. ROI calculation. We'll have email ROI out before here in Q4. It'll actually allow you to see how much was sold after the email goes out. Yeah, social planner. Customizations for each post. Recurring posting is live. Create posts with RSS is live. Tags and categories. Image editor, which is really cool. If you haven't seen this, you can actually start to do really awesome image editing right there in line, so you don't have to take it out to an external application. Review management, so this is review auto posting out to your social channels. If you can look at this, you can see how much you can customize this. This is super cool. So this is a great product to sell to your clients if you haven't seen it. Again, being able to take 5-star reviews, put them automatically on your social feeds with this really cool design is just phenomenal. The team did such a great job there. Here's your roadmap for the social posting. So if you're, yeah, there you go. Woo, there you go. Nice job. Content AI. So content AI is super important. Obviously, we have the ability to now do contextual, so we already have text and image, now we have contextual text. So if you're in the middle of a specific section, it can help you take that section, kind of beef it up or make it better or change it in different ways based on where you're actually writing, subject lines, bodies, that kind of thing. Image AI, we've made image AI radically better and we'll continue to do so. Template library, so this was a huge thing. You can now add your own templates to the template library. And so if you have your own templates for social media or websites or whatever, you can put them in, you can categorize them, you can decide which ones your customers see and don't see. That's very cool. Here's that template library. Yeah, there you go. Template library at the agency level gives you the ability to customize it, determine which sub-accounts see what. Affiliate Manager, if you didn't know this, we have full affiliate management software in the app. We have 2-tier commissions that are now live. We have coupon codes for affiliates, so if you don't want to use a code like on a URL and a link, you can actually give the affiliate a code, and that coupon code will then tie the purchaser into that affiliate. Manual lead creation, so if you want to add people, you can actually add people manually, which is really cool. You can rename the affiliate module to something else if you want to call it referral software or something. Here's your roadmap for that. I think that's also awesome. Reporting. Huge new enhancements on the dashboard. This is big. We have the ability now to do they cover it? Editable dashboard widgets. So you can actually create, yeah, there you go. You can create your own widgets. You can resize them. They can be based on any kind of data in the system. You can make that dashboard now look any way you want. You can put all the stats you want, including some of your own external stuff very shortly. So if you're pulling from external data sources. So that's awesome. You can see, right here. I think there's probably there was some video here or something. Anyways, there's that. Funnels and websites, we had a massive speed improvement. You can see right there, web speed over 95, thank you. Mobile speed over 70. We do not forget that speed matters. We run our own websites, our own funnel. Every dollar that we make comes through our own funnel, so we're very locked at the hip on trying to make this faster for all of you. You can see in this little video here, we made it radically faster, and don't worry, we have more to come. Image slider is now live if you haven't seen that. Video backgrounds are live if you haven't seen that. Lead generation from hosted video if you haven't seen that. So that's, hey, I'm playing the video, and then the video locks, the form pops up, and you have to fill out the form to continue to play the video. I know, huh? Social media elements are now live, so that's also very cool. Yeah, Domain Connect for funnels and websites. So you can automatically add DNS entries for your funnels and websites. Picture-in-picture mode for hosted video, so as you slide down the page, the video will follow you. I think they'll show this. Yep, there it is. Awesome. Brand new website and funnel builder. I forgot to mention there's a brand new updated UI. It's awesome. It's much simpler, much easier. You don't have to do any kind of upgrading to get it. You literally just, if it hasn't turned on, you can turn it on. I can never say this. Canonical links for SEO, so people wanted that. That's now available as well. Forms and surveys. We now have conditional logic in our forms for anybody who needed that. That's awesome. Form themes. Whoa, dude, I thought I was fast. I'm slow. Form themes, they're amazing. Survey themes, they're also amazing. New bottom bar and survey. That's cool too. Short labels, terms and condition elements, line input styles, Google fonts. Oh, GDPR compliant fonts. Rename the form easily. Conversation AI. Woo! I'm going over time for this one. So this is a huge part of our future. We know AI is massive. We obviously come from this world of conversations. Conversations create sales for our clients, so this is really important to us. You can train your bots using website URLs, so that can be your client's website, that can be Google Docs, that can be lots of things. The bot continues from the web chat to the SMS, so the ability to be multi-channel. It'll go off on WhatsApp. You're able to really make the bot actually talk across channel very simply and easily. Direct appointment booking and support intent. So the idea here is really simple. We start off with the ability to book appointments. We also have the ability to do support use cases now, and we'll kind of continue to roll those use cases out as we move along. Conversation AI is also now in the workflow for those of you who want to inject that in and customize it, so it really makes it easy for you to create these really wild, cool customizations on the workflow builder. Oh, wait, hold on. And then the other thing I wanted to just play off my phone. Whoa, hey. So the thing that Billy showed off at the end there, he came to us. It was literally a WhatsApp message. I thought there was no way in the world that the team could make this happen, but and we didn't get the video here, so I'm playing off my phone. Anyways, this is like going to the mat, work real hard. Let's get something out. You'll see this in Q4, but this is what we got.
Hey, this is Chase. Who's this?
Yeah, it's Hailey from Lead Connector. How's your day going so far?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yeah, so it looks like you opted into one of our ads looking for information on how to generate more leads with a missed call text back. Is that something that you recall?
Oh yeah, I saw that ad on Facebook.
Awesome. Chase, I'm curious, do you know about how many calls your business misses in a week?
Probably a dozen or two.
Yeah, well, statistically, the average business misses more than half of their inbound calls each week. So it's a serious issue that we help businesses fix. Let me ask another quick question. About how much is your average sale worth?
Probably about $1,000.
Gotcha. So if we assume that at least one or two of the calls that are currently being missed each week would have been a sale, that's a serious amount of revenue that's currently calling other competitors, right?
Yeah, and it's not good.
Well, the good news...
So you get it. So that's exactly where we're going. Thank you. So we get it. The voice is terrible and all that wonderful stuff, but that is exactly what happens when you go MVP style. But we will have exactly all of that all worked out here by the end of Q4 when we launch that. It is going to be voice AI. It's going to work on inbound. It's going to work on outbound. The team did an incredible job. So I think all of you are going to love this when it comes out here shortly. So thank you very much. All right. Once again, turn around to the dev team around the world. Let's give them a round of applause. Cool. And just so that you guys know, everything that we have in the presentation should be launched for everybody. Yeah. So just log into your app, you'll see it. Cool. The last thing that I want to talk about really quick, because I know you guys are probably starving, is we have 2 new initiatives that we're working on here at HighLevel. The first one is the Content Army. So one of the things that we always get hit on by our customers is you guys are not putting up enough information on all these products. Where's the help articles? So we just said, you know what, we're not the best at it. Can you guys help us? You guys know it better than we are, or that we could. So you can join the HighLevel Content Army, and we will actually pay you for that content. And I believe there's I think Chase told me that there's actually a piece of content that you can record. Basically a recap of the summit, and we'll pay out $1,000 for it. We are officially launching a certification program. Yeah. So this is actually something that we've been working on for a couple of months now. We get it all the time. Hey, is there training or something that I could do to learn all the features and products at HighLevel? It is something that we've been working on, and we finally launched it. It goes live today. And we've actually had a couple of people here in the audience who beta tested it and they gave us great reviews on it, and so I think it's going to be huge. And the nice thing is that we will have a public database with the certifications, and so that if you decide, maybe you're working for an agency and you decide to start your own career or go somewhere else, you now can put that on your resume and show someone, hey, look at the database. I am an active certified admin for HighLevel. Yeah, round of applause. Cool. And so just to recap, we have 6 new products, 243 new features, 36 new enhancements, and 2 new initiatives. Cool. And just going back to that manifesto, we are the best all-in-one marketing tool. No one will move faster than us as a company. No one will out-deliver us on product. And no one will care more about their customers than us. No one will generate more money into your pockets and into your customer wallets than us. And together, we're redefining the software industry by serving every business in the world. Cool. And what I want to leave you guys off with is, where do we go from here? So we're still on the same journey. Nothing's changing. We want to generate $9 billion of money into your pockets. And in helping you, we'll make $1 billion. And together, we'll be a $10 billion company. Cool. So that's all that we have for today. But don't worry, we got more coming up soon. So stay tuned.
Thank you.